My name is Kabelo Pogoje, a fellow student of CUT. I'm going to briefly explain to you all about my project, starting with my block diagram. On my block diagram, I've decided to use 4 sensors. After 4 sensors, I have my 5 outputs, added with 2 switches, added with 2 LEDs. The red ones here are part of my own work. I've decided that's why they're in red. After it, I have my flow chart. On my flow chart, I have start. After start, I have initialize. After initializing, the code will start with the soil moisture sensor. Soil moisture sensor is to sense the moisture in the soil. After it, I have my temperature sensor. Temperature sensor here, the work of it is to test the temperature in the room. Is it high or it is low? This side, I have my LEDR. The work of LEDR is to sensor the light or the amount of light inside the room. And then here I have my CO2. CO2 is to test the CO2 inside the room. After it, I have my first switch. First switch is to save energy, just to put Arduino to sleep or to wake the Arduino up. The second switch here is to lead the room. Is it on or off? And then on coming to schematic. The work of schematic is to just to show or direction how things are gonna be placed in the project or installed. Coming this bottom, the red ones here, the red circle is part of my indications of my own work. Coming this side, I have my PCB. On my PCB, the first image you see on top here is 2D image, just to map the direction of the components in the PCB. Underneath here is 3D image. 3D image just to show how things will be soldered or mounted in the PCB or project. Coming to my code. On my code here, I have my 5 libraries. After my 5 libraries, I have my declarations for pins. After declaration of pins, I have my threshold for sensors. After my threshold, I have my setup for inputs and outputs. This side, I have my main loop, part of my main loop. And then this side, I have my interrupt to wake the Arduino from sleep using interrupt here. Right now, I'll be demonstrating my project. So far, since other components will be using AC components like water pump, fans, heater, and motors. So instead of using AC, I'll be using LEDs instead of using AC components. So right now, I'll be demonstrating starting with my LEDR. The purpose of LEDR is to measure the light intensity inside the greenhouse. When I'm trying to close this, covering my LEDR, I'm covering it. And right now I'll be covering my LEDR. Now the LED is on. I'm covering again. LEDR is on. LED is on to indicate that it's part of the motor 1, to indicate that the first motor that is opening the blinds so that the light can come inside. Since all we know that most plants don't require too much light intensity inside the greenhouse. If the second LED, I'm gonna increase the light intensity. LED 2 is on as part of motor 2 to show that the light intensity has increased, and its motor, it will close the blinds. Again, it's on. It will close the blinds to reduce the light intensity inside the greenhouse. Right here, I'll be using DH11 as part of to sensor temperature and humidity inside the greenhouse. Right now my temperature is 34, my humidity is 16%. It's too much, so my relay 1, the light indicate that the temperature, the fan has started to pump up the air to cool the greenhouse. So that is the temperature is too much above threshold level. So this relay 1 will start, the light is on to show that the fan to cool up the room inside the greenhouse. And then when you come here, my button or switch 1, which is this one, this LED shows that when it's on, it shows that the room is off. When I press this button 1 or switch 1, my relay, it shows that it's on, it shows that the room is lit inside. The room is off. Press it again, the room is lit inside. Coming to my smoke detector. This is my smoke detector. The function of smoke detector is to show the CO2 inside the room and inside the room. So for that, my power supply is off, so I'm connecting it again so that you can see my components. It will kick in. Okay, my smoke detector now. The function of smoke detector is to, sorry for that. Oh, here we go. It's on now. I have to firmly press it down. Smoke detector. This is smoke detector. Smoke detector is to measure the smoke or the CO2 inside the room. Coming here to my serial monitor, as you can see my values here, the moisture of the greenhouse, the temperature, the light intensity, and the values of the smoke inside the greenhouse. Here you go, they're increasing or decreasing. Yeah. So since, well, this smoke detector, they are connected via which connected and control the servo motor. If there's too much CO2 or smoke inside the greenhouse, the servo motor will spin or turn to 90 degrees to open up the window so that the fresh air can come inside the greenhouse. Coming here to my moist detector. The function of the moist detector is to measure the moisture inside of the plants in the greenhouse. And if the soil is dry, the pump will the pump will start irrigating the plants. So right now I'll be demonstrating a bit, touching it with my damp or moist hands to show that it's functioning well. So if I'm touching, it will decrease, the values will decrease on my serial monitor. It will decrease to show that, here we go, that it decreasing to show the moisture level. I have touched it, so to show the value of the moisture level that is decreasing, increasing, decreasing. That if the soil is too dry, the pump will start to open up the water and irrigate the plants. Coming to my switch or button 2. Button 2, as I said from the first presentation, said to control the Arduino. If I press it, if I be pressing it, it will control the Arduino, putting it to sleep. So right now I'm gonna press it. This LED will switch off to show that the Arduino is sleep mode now. I'm pressing it. It's off. Right now, if it's off, serial monitor values, they have stopped. They're no longer functioning and show that there's nothing operating, whatever. So right now, if I'm switching it on, LED will start to kick in or to lead. It's awake now. It's awake to show that it's functioning well. The purpose of the switch to save energy, to put Arduino to sleep or on. As you can see here, my LEDs, as part of the two motors, they are directly connected to a relay. So that's the part of my demonstration to you. Thank you very much.